You're Nick Gallant, genius investor, philanthropist, billionaire, a man with everything money can buy. Except peace of mind. Tonight, as you stand in your bedroom on the second most terrifying night of your life, you are alone. This week is going to change everything. Not just for me, but for all of them. Am I making a horrible mistake? The only reply is a faint whirring of a small vacuum wheeling around on the floor, the device that made you a fortune. The whoosh, my first invention. You always come in at just the right time. Shame you can't weigh in. I'm gonna miss you, you know. The whoosh trundles along the contours of the room, oblivious to your words with the sound of its progress is a small comfort. You cross the room and stare out into the night, but your gaze is inexorably drawn back in the document on your table. I just hope they'll understand. She did, but not everyone else has. The others can't know until the time is right. You think about the few of your friends who know the truth, who knows what's coming, and the most important one yet, who doesn't know. Glance at a dog-eared book on your nightstand with a familiar name on the spine. Murder by Midnight, written by an old friend. At least you'll get it. I can count on that much. Taking a deep breath, you pull a blue pen from your jacket pocket. I've had a good run, but it's time to set things right, no matter what it takes. Reach for the document that is going to seal your fate and sign it. Then you pluck a bottle from the table, unscrew the cap, lift it towards the dark, seemingly endless sky and the toast. Cheers. Here's to beginnings and endings. Every chapter has an end before a new one can begin. Just don't hold it against me. That's all I ask. Chapter 1. Opening moves. After a restless night, you wake up in 600 thread count Egyptian cotton sheets, still dressed with the beginning of a nasty hangover. Alright, Nick, time to carpe the damn diem. But first you gotta get your ass out of bed and drink some water. You change and freshen up just before there's a knock at your door. I know you wanted to sleep in, boss, but it's already 8:30. You up? I'm coming. It's just... As you tuck your phone into your pocket, you spot the document you signed last night, lying in plain sight on the table. Crap, he can't know. No one else can. Not yet. One sec. You leap across the room, fold the paper into your jacket pocket just as the bedroom door opens. Jun Xiang, your longtime bodyguard, steps inside and arches an eyebrow at the sight of you, still mid-lunge beside the table. Calisthenics on a weekend? Really? I thought all the party prep was giving you enough workout. I just, can't stop chasing those gains. Jun's mouth twitches in a wry grin. Please never say gains again, or I'm going to personally ban you from spending time with Steve. Noted. It did make you laugh, though. Please, that was barely a smile. I'm still taking it as a win. Are you gonna be okay with Steve at the party, though? I know you too. I'm a professional, Nick. I won't cause any trouble if he won't. Good enough for me. I want everyone to just have fun this weekend. Are you really stressing about this? You've hosted literal galas before. How bad can one murder mystery weekend with your friends be? One film noir-themed murder mystery party I remodeled part of the house for and designed myself. It's not that I think it's gonna be bad, June. It's just that I want it to be perfect. For more reasons than you know. You step out of the halls, your third, or is it fourth mansion. Jun falls into his usual spot 2 steps behind you. The lawyers have finished reviewing everything. I'll have a few more papers to sign before it's all done. I just can't let Jun see any of it. In your office, you're greeted by the sight of a stack of papers on your desk and delicious breakfasty smells wafting from a cart beside it. God, I could use some coffee. And you'll be the perfect distraction. A generous breakfast. Jun lifts the silver cover over the tray and raises an eyebrow. You were serious about those games, huh? The chef gave you enough eggs to feed 2 Gastons. That's because it's protein for both of us. Make yourself a plate and dig in. Jun's mouth tightens in a way that means he's amused, but trying not to roll his eyes. We've been over this 100 times. I already ate breakfast first thing this morning. And I've told you 100 times that one protein shake at 6 a.m. is not a meal. Now dig in. Because I won't until you will. Jun gaze flicks from you to the trays of steaming food, and then he sighs and picks up a plate. Fine, but only because your girlfriend is going to worry if she hears you skipped breakfast again. You feel a small pang at the thought of her, but you push it aside and put your smile back on. I'll clean my plate, promise. While June fills his plate with eggs and bacon, you toss a few pieces of French toast onto yours and sit behind your desk. There are a few emails in your inbox, including one from Jun. You know you don't have to send me formal PTO request, right? I already assumed you were taking time off for Sion's birthday. Sure, but the email helps me keep track of them, and remind me that I need to get her a gift. You have a more urgent business than answering your other emails, but you do send one email from your drafts to Jun. I just sent you 5 tickets for 17's next tour if you want them. Seem like something she'd like. You can bring your parents too. But they haven't even announced our tour dates yet. How did you get those? Please, Jun. It's like you don't know me at all. I just pulled some strings. Jun's phone chimes as your email hits his inbox, and he blinks rapidly as he opens it, his expression lightening into a smile. Thank you. This'll make her day. Jun settles onto a nearby chair to text his littlest sister as you pick up the first paper in your stack that's waiting for you. This is it. The last few pieces of red tape. The page in your pocket is what sealed the deal. The linchpin. But as anything important in life, the specifics require paperwork. You skim each page before you sign it, making sure it all lines up with your plan. But you're only halfway through the stack when... Everything okay? Fine. Why? You've got that furrow in your forehead you only get when you're cooking up some new invention or worrying about the future of the planet. And you're using that blue pin, the one you only use for important stuff. You glance down and see that he's right. Out of habit, you grab the lucky one from your pocket. The one you used last night. From the day Whoosh got signed from a project in my garage into a real company. Sometimes Jun's too observant for his own good. Jun, I am worried. You can't tell him the whole truth, not yet, but he's not an easy man to lie to, so you aim for a little of one and a little of the other. Sometimes I just feel like there's too much riding on my shoulders. What, with Whoosh, or at home, or with the murder mystery? Yes. He studies you for a long moment, and then inclines his head. I didn't mean to pry, I just, wait for him to go on, and he shrugs one shoulder, a slight rise and fall beneath his crispy pressed suit. I'm sure you'll get through it, you always do. I hope you're right. To your relief, he stands up and strolls across to the window, away from your desk, to scan the estate's perimeter. You dash off a few more signatures and manage to eat most of your shared breakfast food after a few pointed looks from June. All of it except... Angelina loves this French toast. I shall bring her the last slice. You place the signed papers into a discreet folder and tuck that under your arm. The moment you pick up the last plate of French toast and rises to open the door for you. She's downstairs in the eastern living room, the one with the globe. How'd you guess where I was headed? Please, Nick. It's like you don't know me at all. Downstairs, as John predicted, you find Angela, your girlfriend of nearly 2 years, talking to one of the staff. Steve's going to finish at least 2 bottles of Dom the first night, so we should bring up a few more for the wine cellar. And make sure there's aspirin stocked in every bathroom in the house. The sight of her fills you with a storm of emotions. Love, still, affection, regret. You do your best to put only love in your voice. Morning, Angie. Already working hard, I see. Morning, babe. How are you feeling about the big day? Good. More like nervous as hell. Seeing her smile at you hurts a little, like it always does these days, but you try to enjoy it while you can. I brought some of your favorite. You hold out a plate of French toast, and her smile dims a little. That's sweet, Nicky, but I already ate. Oh. Sorry, I've been double-checking everything with the staff since 7, and I was craving a spinach smoothie. Of course. At least we have that brunch together on Tuesday. That'll be... She glances down at a calendar on her phone, her eyes widening, and then looks up at you with a small wince. Oh no, I completely forgot. I have another thing on Tuesday morning. Could I take a rain check? Do brunch another time? Of course. Thanks, babe. I can't wait to see your film noir mystery in action. She's been pulling away for a while, so it shouldn't surprise you, but it still hurts. I just want you to be happy, Angie. Even if it's not. Are those for me, boss? Liz Flores, your assistant, walks in holding a custom-designed puzzle box and some colored light bulbs. She nods to the folder tucked under your arm. Yep, some more whoosh paperwork to send back to my lawyer for that special project we talked about. Liz takes the folders from you, salutes, and gives you the briefest of winks. Understood. I'll have a courier send them off right now and then get all the stuff for the game in place. Thanks, Liz. You want some toast? Ooh, don't mind if I do. You pass her the plate and feel a weight lift from your shoulders as she draws away with the folder, already dialing a number on her phone. Thank you for everything. I couldn't have done this without you. It's just you and Angelina for a moment, with John hovering behind you. You aren't sure what to say until, mercifully, the doorbell rings. Sounds like your guests are arriving. I know exactly who that be. John trails you into the foyer. Some of the tension in your chest lightens as you swing open the door to see... There he is, the host with the most! One of your closest friends, rising Hollywood star Dante Valdez, pulls you into a hug. It's good to see you, man. You too, John. You know, it warms my heart every time I see host with the most. Glad you could make it. Not that I'm complaining, but you're here early. I wanted to be around in case you needed backup for the start of the big weekend, and I had to deliver this. He holds up a bottle of wine complete with a wax seal from an excellent year. I know your wine cellar is even bigger than my dad's, but I found this the other day and, remembered my favorite vintage clearly. Dante grins as you take the bottle from him, as if to say he couldn't help it. Thanks, Dante. It's really good to see you. Weekly emails have nothing on catching up in person. You took the words right out of my mouth. So, am I the first one here? I was hoping to meet this elusive author friend you're always talking up. You beat everyone else to the punch, I'm afraid. But I'll introduce you when the gang's all here. As you lead him deeper into the house, Dante takes a few pages out of a jacket pocket. They're all well creased as if they've been read many times. Then that gives me time to pick your brain about my character for the murder mystery. I appreciate you giving me a heads up. I knew you'd want to get immersed in the role. Would it be weird if a film noir bartender had a southern accent, or do you think he's more of an LA guy? I've drafted 4 different versions of his backstory, but I didn't want to commit to one until I knew the basics. I think you should follow your acting instincts. I gave you the role because I know you'd do something special if I gave you a mostly blank slate. So go ham, have fun. You might regret saying that, but permission to run wild, accepted. Speaking of roles, how's the big secret film going? Is it a secret? I know about it. Dante chuckles. It's less secret and more under the most NDAs I've ever seen in my career, so I can't say much. But it's going well. You're still having fun. As you lead him out of the mansion's pool, Dante hesitates ever so slightly before nodding. Yeah, it's great. There's one part I could use your advice on later, actually. Maybe after the game gets started. There you boys are. Looks like I finally beat Dante to a party. Farah Sabri, the most complicated of your closest friends, beams at you from a lounge chair beside the pool. Farah, how did you even get in here? I saw her slip in while you were doing paperwork up in the office. You know that John only saw her because she wanted him to, so for her sake, you make sure to sound as surprised as Dante. Then why didn't you come say hi to me? He makes a rueful face and lifts a mimosa from the table beside her chair. I was helping myself to your pool and your bar after a very, very long flight, so sue me. I'm glad you came all this way. It was nice of you to make time for Murder Mystery Weekend in between all your globe trottings. Oh, please, I wouldn't have missed it for the world. So, your trip to Europe was good? You got to see all the sights you were hoping for? Farah's expression doesn't change for an instant, but there's a flicker of acknowledgement in her eyes as you emphasize that word. Oh yes, I saw the sights. Plenty of delightful surprises. Translation, we have business to talk about later, but not now, not with company. I don't remember the last time all 4 of us were together in one place. I wish there were one more. You glance around the estate towards the one road that leads out of it, where you hope your oldest friend is on the way. But I'm dying to hear what you've all been up to. You got any new favorite spots for swinging golf clubs? We could hit a few, catch up. Over a sport, ooh, Dante. But I will participate if there's gossip. I mean the juicy stuff. I'm dying to hear all about your love lives. I've been in a monogamous relationship for 2 years. What's there to tell? Dante shoots you a brief, sympathetic look. You had to tell someone about Angelina, and Farah's gaze softens for a moment. There's always something, and surely these 2 gullible bachelors have tales to share. Dates, meetups, serious, spicy, otherwise. She waggles her eyebrows at Dante and June, and even June has to stifle a laugh. I can't promise there's much to tell. You could just be saying that because you don't want to spill the beans, and Farah's got to have some good stories. She always does. This could be the last time I'm alone with them all before everything. The paper still tucked in your jacket pocket is like a physical weight pressing against your chest. You deserve this, no matter what else happens after the truth comes out. Jen, bring the golf cart around. If we're gonna do this, I want to do it in the right spot. After a bumpy drive through the wooded expanse surrounding your estate, you lead your friends up the carved steps to a scenic overlook. That is beautiful. You always did have an eye for scenery, Nicky. This is beautiful. Seriously, no sign of civilization as far as the eye can see. Well, there's no point in building an isolated mansion away from the big city hustle and bustle if it isn't actually isolated. So where are we supposed to be hitting these golf balls? Playing in the water. Towards the large pond beneath the lookout point. Feels a little wasteful. But it is fun. And the pond got filters set up so the fish all the golf balls out in a few days. Hang on, we ought to make a proper game of this. How about whoever hits their balls into the water gets to ask for gossip? Whoever they ask has to answer honestly. So, we're operating on the honor system. If John lied to me, I'm not sure I'd be able to tell. I'll take that as a compliment. Works for me. Who wants to start us off? You hand all golf clubs and balls, and Dante sets one right on the edge of the cliff. He practices a swing once, then hits the ball in a perfect arc into the open air, soaring down into the pond. I believe that's a point for Dante, and by point I mean juicy morsel of gossip. Dante taps a finger against his chin, glancing thoughtfully at you all. Alright, Nick. Wait, me? You and Angelia have been living together for a while now. Any plans for the future? He gives you a searching look, and you remember the last time you two had drinks together, the fears you shared about Angie and your relationship. I don't need to spill all that in front of the group. John doesn't know the details, but it could be nice to get a little off my chest. I don't know if we're going to take things further. I mean, we haven't exactly talked about a wedding or anything, which is true. But I don't know if she'd want one. I'm not sure if either of us would. That part isn't completely true. There was a time not too long ago when you were looking at rings. But then you learned the truth about Angie, and with everything you've set in motion this weekend, well, now I know it's not gonna last. I'm sorry. I know I put you on the spot. But if you ever want to talk more, you know I'm here for you, right? We all are. I'm good, I promise. Just going with the flow for now. Sometimes that's all you can do. Alright, now, who's up next? I'll give it a shot. John sets another golf ball on the edge of the cliff and gives a gentle swing. It sails slowly over the edge, not even getting close to the pond. Okay, you whiffed that one on purpose. I've seen you work out. There's no way that was a real swing. Maybe I just wanted to hit a golf ball and not pry into your personal lives. Well, I do. Farah knocks a ball off the cliff with surprising force. She turns to grin confidently at all of you for seconds before it splashes into the water. Damn, Farah, nice swing. Thank you. Now, I desperately want to ask Mr. Seong here a question. Farah, go easy on him. Let the man have his privacy. Oh, fine, but only for your sake. When did you last go on a date, John? John pulls out his phone, taps the screen a few times, pulling up his calendar app. Oh, man. It was about 6 months ago, on a Sunday. I took this girl out to lunch. You put it on your calendar and everything. What a gentleman. I put everything on my calendar. That's why I'm never late. And they say, chivalry is dead. It was 6 months ago with no second date, though. I'm guessing you two didn't hit it off. Yeah, she was nice, but I just don't have much time for dating. He shifts his weight from one foot to the other, his body language making it clear that he'd rather not say more. And thanks to your encouragement earlier, Farah doesn't press him. He just sighs a little. Pity. Okay, let me show you all how this game is played. You've golfed from this cliff dozens of times. It only takes a second to line up your shot, swing, and send the ball soaring into the distance. Beautiful shot. Is that what you call them? Shots? Close enough. So whose gossip are you gunning for, Nick? Yours, Mr. Superstar. Tell us about the hottest date you've ever had. Sorry, Nick, that's classified. No such thing. Let me rephrase. I could tell you, but if any of you accidentally let it slip to someone else, my agent would lose his mind. And her agent would probably get me blacklisted, which I deserve for my total lack of discretion. Ah, but you did say her agent, so that tells us something. Let's just say I spent one very nice, not-to-be-repeated night with someone on this year's Emmy shortlist. That doesn't narrow it down at all. That could be any one of like 10 people. And that's only counting the actresses, if we assume your little Freudian slip was real, and not a move to throw us off the scent. Grinning, Dante winks and shrugs. You'll just have to live with the mystery. And develop our own personal headcanons. I'm already settling on mine, and nothing you could say can convince me otherwise. He did have a lot of chemistry in that one movie with, you-know-who, last name rhymes with Hugh. You'll look at Dante for any hint of confirmation, but he just shrugs again, laughing. Sorry, a gentleman doesn't kiss and tell. Before we go, Farah hasn't shared any gossip yet. Oh, there's not much to tell. We all know that's not true. She makes a face at you, laughing. Well, then I suppose someone will have to make me. John sets up another ball. This time he swings with all the force in his ex-Green Beret body. The ball arcs out over the water further than you've ever seen before. Easily further than any of yours. That's gotta be some kind of world record. I don't suppose you'll be willing to do that again, but more slowly, so we can actually enjoy the show. I only did it to get you to spill, so you're up, Farah. Yeah, I feel like every time I see you, you've only just finished another whirlwind tour in the most exclusive parties across the globe. I bet you've left a trail of broken hearts in every European capital. Farah gives an effortless shrug. I'm not responsible for their hearts, but I can promise that I give all my close acquaintances a good time. So share at least a little. Any memorable parties, dates, nights of passion? She bites her lower lip as she thinks, her eyes sparkling. I did have one memorable night with a duchess who got me a private tour of the British Museum. There are all kinds of fun little alcoves to entertain yourself in when you've got the whole place to yourselves. So what? One night with a hot duchess and that's it? You're never gonna call her again? No second date? I don't know how you'd top the first one. I can't remember the last time Farah Sabri went on a second date. She laughs and shrugs. What can I say? I like to leave people wanting more. Her gaze catches yours for a moment, then you give her a brief, sympathetic smile. That's not the real reason Farah never lets herself get attached, and the parties are only part of why she's always traveling. I hope she'll be okay. She understands at least, and it's all in motion now. As John collects the golf clubs and Dante lobs one more over the cliff for good measure, you feel hopeful at the sight of your smiling friends. They'll figure it out. I have faith in them. I have to. We should probably get back. The others will be arriving soon. You're right. You played some golf and gossip with your friends. But thank you all for making this stop with me. It means more than I can say. We should do this more often. Maybe make it a monthly thing. I can't promise it'll be stateside every month, but if I'm around, oh, why not? John? If Nick's here, I'll be here. Because it's your job to be his second shadow, or because you had fun? Sometimes I'm allowed to do both. It'd be nice to make this a tradition, even if I can't. Speaking of fun, how would you feel about letting me drive the golf cart back, Jen? Absolutely not. I've seen your driving. Back inside, you're nearly bowled over by the staff members rushing through the hallways, putting finishing touches on tonight's preparations. A little to the left with the vase. Gina, a little more. That's perfect. As one of the staff bustles out of the guest bedroom, you catch Liz's eye. Everything going okay? Yep, totally fine. Just putting the last touches on the 10 guest bedrooms, double-checking the hors d'oeuvres against allergies and dietary restrictions, and hiding those last clues you told me about. Oh crap, I still need to hide that one in the lounge. Liz, darling, breathe. Farah rests a hand on her shoulder and Liz takes a shuddering breath. I know it's a lot of work. Why don't I take, 2 of these guest rooms off your plate? Farah and Dante were basically ready yesterday, right? Yes, Yes, but the staff usually turn down the sheets the day of. We need to pass out key cards, leave a chocolate for everyone on the pillows. Obviously, but they're a special... I know, keto friendly, one for Crystal, liquor one for Steve, dark chocolate for Madani, milk for Pete. I read the spreadsheet you sent. Wait, what are your personalized chocolate flavors? Come with me and you'll find out. You focus on the important stuff, Liz. I'll get these two settled in. Sound good? Thanks, Nick. After collecting a box of artisanally sourced chocolates from Liz, you lead the way to Farah's guest bedroom and open the door. After you, everyone files in and you hear a soft snick as the door auto locks behind you. Comfy enough? Oh, it's perfect. You really do know how to make a girl feel at home. Dante, give me a hand with the end of the sheets. With military precision, John guides Dante in turning down and tucking in the sheets, while you handle the finishing touch. Farah's chocolate, pick it from the mix. You find the right chocolate, fold it carefully in a small wrapper, also provided by Liz, and set it on the pillow. Farah, of course, opens it immediately. Hey, that was supposed to be for later. Dark chocolate with salted caramel, how decadent. And is this a hint of cinnamon? You like that cinnamon tea Angela had imported at Christmas, so Liz thought you might like this. I love it. Be sure to thank her. There's just one more thing. I've been revamping some of the mansion's security, so everyone gets their own key card. I wanted to guarantee you perfect peace and privacy while you're here. You tap the back of the door and jiggle the locked handle to demonstrate. No one will bother you unless you let them in. With one of... You reach into the pocket for the key card and find nothing. Your mind flashes back to the hallway with Liz, where you took the chocolates from her but forgot to ask for anything else. Rap. Pretty sure that's not how the sentence was originally supposed to end. What's going on? You are Nick Gallant, genius inventor, emphasis on genius, philanthropist, billionaire, and... I just locked us inside. You're off to a great start, it's fine. Alright, so that is it for Chapter 1. Very interesting start to this book. Long story short is there's no Chapter 2, so they only did one chapter released today. So stay tuned for Chapter 2 next week. Otherwise, please remember that if you did enjoy, to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description of the video and check out the links and everything else there if you want to support or become more of an intricate part of the community, etc. There's also the join and thanks features on YouTube. And with that being said, please let me know how you feel about the chapter. Also, let me know, basically I changed up microphones and settings a little, so let me know if you did enjoy the reading, or do you prefer how it used to be? Is it clear? Is it better quality? Is it bad? Is it worse? Again, I value your feedback, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Catch you all later. Peace out.